So what are you going home with?
Coffee grinder.
Ah.
A commercial coffee grinder that is about 7 years old.
Hey, they built things to last back then. Hey everyone, it's Exo Man. I bought a grinder, a coffee grinder. This was labeled as a mid-century coffee grinder. To me, it looks to be from the 40s, possibly the 50s. I guess they're saying the 50s. But I was pretty excited to find it. I got a really good deal on it. I bought it for $100 in New Bern, North Carolina. New Bern. And I checked it in the store, and it functions. Saw that all the basic functions were working. I don't know the names of the parts, but I want to go over a couple of things with you just in case you're interested in this sort of thing. How it works and how you might repair one. I found this not to be working. I ran some rice and pasta through it, and it just basically spit the rice out. It wasn't grinding it. And I thought either the grinding plates were worn out or broken or just in disrepair. And I don't know anything again about these parts. So I had to open it up. I was very happy to learn that I didn't have to take the whole machine apart. I just opened this access panel to start with. Okay, so I've got some coffee here. I can show you what's going on with that. But essentially, when I put coffee through it, the finest I could get was this. And within 10 minutes, I have fine ground coffee. Now, let me show you what I did. This is going to be a quick, as usual, one-handed handyman video. So I've opened my panel. This is the model 50. So it could very well be that this machine was developed in 1950. Hence, mid-century coffee grinder. Alright, so right away I came in here. There's the motor right back here. You can see the coil in there. Well, you probably can't see it. See, you see copper in there? There you go. Alright, so here on the front end of the motor is the grinder. And isn't this cool? In the old days, they made stuff like this. You can literally spin these ring nuts. There's two of them. And if you ever wondered how these work, well, I'm going to show you. It's pretty simple. So there's two of those. And this machine had coffee in it. That's good God. It could be from the 80s, for all I know. Now we're just going to pull this cylinder out. And there we go. Now this is the face. This is the plate that goes on and pushes the grinding plates together. I'm going to pull the first plate out, okay? Now someone will tell you in the comments below all the terminology for these parts, but it's very obvious that the coffee comes in through the, you see, this is the hopper right here. It goes down in here. The unit is unplugged. And you can see my finger, right? So there you've got your hopper. And it leads down, and it comes out right here, right above the spindle here. It drops down and just is gravity fed onto these gears or grinding plates or whatever you want to call them, and they are going to spin against one another like a mill. It's a coffee mill, basically. And I just think it's really, really simple and interesting. It fits in there one way. So obviously, the grind, whatever grind you get, is going to be determined by how close these grinding plates are together. You follow me? Okay. Now, I opened it up. I looked at the teeth on these plates, and everything looks pretty darn good. They built these things to last for 100 years or more. You know, they didn't build junk in the old days here in America. We built things. They built things to be very quality, durable. All right. So how is that going to be adjusted? I thought. Well, then I looked at the plate, the face plate. Look at that. There's your adjustment right there. I turn this in about 16 turns, and now when you actuate this lever up and down, I'm not going to show you with one hand, but that pin goes in and out. You see it? That large pin? It pushes the plates in closer together when you're up, when you have the lever up here. See? Fine. Right there. Right? That's going to make that pin go in and out. I've got to show you this. All right, watch this. You put this right here so you can see it. All right, watch. Now when I push this lever, you see how the pin recedes? And that pushes it further in. But you may find that in addition to the original adjustment that I showed you, the screwdriver here, you may want to rotate this lever clockwise, a full rotation or maybe two, and you'll see, you'll determine how much adjustment that needs. But so basically it'll be two different adjustments. The screw adjustment that you see here being the most critical, of course. So now going back to this, I just want to be clear, you want to make sure that this is screwed in far enough, but not too far. You're just going to have to work with it, kind of finesse it. Just a little trial and error till you get it set far enough in, but not too far. Put it together, try it. If it doesn't work, try again. But you want to screw this in and play with it. Screw it in. Don't screw it too tight. Screw it a little bit tight, and then grind some coffee. If it's making noise, you quickly stop. If it's too noisy because your plates are too close together. And look what I'm getting now. Fine coffee. And so when you have it right, when you're on fine, you'll have a fine ground, and of course you'll have a coarse ground, and you're just going to play with it. Screw it in, back it off. But all the time, when you're screwing it, you might want to hold this, because this again keeps it taut, keeps it in place, keeps the screw from vibrating out. You'll see what I mean if you have one of these. So let's take some of this very coarse stuff and put it in here, and I'll show you what I'm getting now. Let's try it out. It's nice. It's fine, and I can screw that in a little tighter and make it finer, but that looks like a pretty fine ground to me. Alright, and this is coming from this. It was breaking it just breaking the coffee beans when I first turned it on. This wasn't tight enough. How simple and wonderful is that? 70 years, people. Come on. Just wonderful. And now back here, there is a place for display. You can put coffee in there behind that glass and display it. Sell your coffee, right? Price per pound. Just love this old unit. And it's made by, what is it, American Duplex, I think it's called, the company. And the model, again, is a Grindmaster 50. You'll also want to watch our upcoming video where we make coffee in this vintage percolator. Look at that. The old enamel percolator. We're going to do this on the Minuteman rocket stove. Be sure to watch.